Hello and greetings to all. I wanted to hop on here and put together a video even though I haven't posted any in a while. I seem to have gone MIA or something for my 1, 2, 3 subscribers I have. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. This is a matter of life and death, and the earlier that we recognize it, as I wish I should have, then the more of a probability of us steering clear from its destructive path, or maybe even prolonging our health. I had commented on one of my friends' Facebook post. He's a vegan, Hunter Salazar. I've done a video with him and look forward to doing some more in the future. He's a spiritualist, and he posted a vegan recipe because he's always posting vegan recipes. And I commented that he should consider adding to his YouTube channel like a segment in which he discusses vegan recipes and whatnot for us poor souls who don't know what we're doing in the kitchen when it comes to revising what we've known as nutrition for the longest time. What they force fed us, pun intended, as nutrition. It's important for us to recognize that there's a difference between eating to nourish and eating just to feed ourselves, to satiate the hunger. A lot of stuff will satiate the hunger. You know, there's people who eat, look it up, mattress filling. There's people who eat all kinds of stuff, and it fills the stomach because it calms hunger pains, but it doesn't nourish you. So there's the difference. Now, something happened to me recently. I am so against soda imbibing amongst brown people. And in Mexico, particularly, Coca-Cola is, and I don't know if I can say brands, that beverage is just a essential part of mealtime for a lot of people, colonized people, mind you, but Mexican people who can decolonize as well and join in. My mother is from Gomez Palacio, so when we visit, they prepare this wonderful meal with very nutritious elements, nopales, cactus, all kinds of veggies and fruits. Actually, before we start the desayuno, the breakfast, They set out papaya chopped up and mango and all kinds of fruits. So you take that in and it kind of like tells the stomach, okay, we're about to eat, get ready. Which I've also heard that if you're gonna consume, a large meal, try to eat some greens to kind of like prep up for if it's gonna be a large meal. The holidays coming up, not a big fan, but if you partake for the sake of gratitude and being with family, by all means. I'm also not a big candy eater, whatnot. Well, I went to the doctor because it was my yearly checkup. And lo and behold, I have high blood sugar. Now, I called my mom later and I was like, I try not to drink Coke. I do this and that. But there are a lot of other things that factor into that. People, Indigenous Heritage. This is especially for you, for us. For the longest time, I did a paper in sociology. But for the longest time, they fit us into the Latino, Hispanic categories. So that essentially deems us as white. We're pretty light complected at times, especially because there hasn't been much sun. But we're not white racially. There's a lot of people who will always say, you're white, you're not indigenous, you're not native enough. Because of my pale skin and, kind of European features. I don't believe it, but, a lot of people like to point out just to pick at the identity that you've taken up. Nobody questions you when you're trying to be European because that's the paradigm. And even if I did try to be more European, dyed my hair, wear color contacts, people will ridicule me. So at this point, I don't care. But anywho, we fit into this Hispanic Latino box, essentially deeming us as white, ignoring that as indigenous persons, we actually have all sorts of maladies that, follow us from our lineage. We have sometimes I have a cousin who got diagnosed with diabetes at age 25. I was just flabbergasted. Sometimes we really can't avoid it altogether, but we can definitely influence it to sail. It could definitely skip us or take longer for it to sail if it's an eventuality. I'm not a medical professional, so look up, veritable sources, journals and whatnot, your doctor. If we can rely on that. But anywho, I was flabbergasted. They give me they give you your list, do not eat. So I said, I remember I joke with the nurse. I tell her, so pretty much go vegan. I was a little cynical. It's 10 in the morning. That's the worst thing you can hear. She said, well, not necessarily. Of course, they're not going to push veganism because, whatever. She's like, well, you can eat this and that, I've been on a salmon diet, salmon, chicken, and turkey, And again, the meat processing, yada, yada. You just can't be safe unless you're going to have a farm, have your own animals, kill them, slaughter them, go vegan, whatever. And even vegetables and fruits can be iffy. You really can't win unless you're really 100% reliable on your own self for food, you know, cultivating and whatnot. So it was a wake up call. It was a wake up call. I'm 38. Usually around this time, a lot of stuff starts kicking in. It was a wake up call. I went to the store and I got me some lentils. I got me some beans, like, the pinto beans, some black beans. I got me some wild rice, all kinds of, like nutritious stuff. I don't gloat, I'm not saying, a lot of people say that I do look younger for my age, and I always say that I eat a lot of spinach. I eat about a cup and a half a day religiously. Anything can be missing in my home pantry and fridge, but there's going to be spinach, broccoli, and the stuff for my shakes, my veggie shakes. So it was a bit of a shocker because, I have family ridiculing me. You drink all these vegetables and all these things thinking you're going to be 100% healthy. It's not guaranteed, but hey, that might have helped me maybe get it early on in life. Who knows? But along with that, there's a lot of more stuff that you need to factor in. I'm going to be discussing, because it's very important to discuss. It's a topic that is literally a matter of life and death, pardon me. Decolonize Your Diet is the name for the series. I live in El Paso, Texas. For all of us that live along the border or in large Hispanic populations, the mercado, our produce sections are just a blessing. You can get chayotes, camote, tomates, jitomates, choconosles for anybody who knows them. You can get all kinds of delicious and healthy stuff that can replace other food sources that are not as healthy. A lot of them have made it to the mainstream. Avocado is now aguacate, not avocado, has made it to the mainstream. They'll charge extra for it, but I'm saying it's an additive. So please stay tuned. If you have undergone high blood pressure, diabetes diagnosis, that kind of stuff, leave a comment and share this with your loved ones, because this is going to be pretty insightful. Again, I'm not a medical professional. My approach is the ancestral way. My sources, my direct ancestors who have told me what sustained them, and I'm going to share that with you. And I encourage y'all to share your family gems.